such a pleasure to be here,
I
beaming
know.
from the National into your various homes. And we have loads of questions to ask each other, don't
That's
we?
right.
But first, we're going to introduce ourselves.
Sure.
Do you want to go first?
Yes, I can go
Okay.
first. Hi, everyone. I'm Joy. I'm a set and costume designer and currently now working in the National Theatre as a production design assistant. And my role is like a bursary role, supported by Maria Bjornsson funding. And it's a 1 year contract. And I had a really, it's now it's my like 6 months here, like halfway through. I had a lot of crazy, lovely experience already happened in the National Theatre. Um, yeah, that's it.
So lovely. I'm Sass. My pronouns are they, them. I am a producer and multidisciplinary artist. And this year I was one of the young producers at the National Theatre who ran a takeover. And I will explain more about that later. But yeah, I was here from April to September and I work freelance as a producer. I currently run two projects of my own independently and do freelance jobs. Um, and that's me. So, should we
Love
jump
it.
in and start asking each other some
Yes.
questions? Okay. So, I'm going to go first. I'm going to ask Joyce a question to open us up, which is what do you think is the best and most surprising thing about your job slash industry?
That is, I think it's like no matter how long you've been in the industry, like every time you work on a new show, you will have, feel the new like freshman and of like because each show is different and you have like new challenges of learning new things depends on like is that period show is like set in modern or they got loads of
Mm,
like background you need to dig through it and
mm,
also you can learn like history in a not much
mm,
fun way.
mm,
Like and so like for example, the show I'm assisting at the moment is called Man and Boy, and the designer is Georgia Lowe, and that show was set in 1930s New York City and in a basement flat. But it's like stories between father and son, and
mm,
it was happened after the Great Depression, and also is the time when the Hollywood is very like happened uh, really like epic time. So we have to think about like the costume and the set and the props depend like according to that period time, and you need to find the reference of it after you start before you start designing the show. So it's quite fun because every show story is different and you have to learn things from it, which I think is the
mm.
most very like surprising and exciting things I'm doing.
So cool. It sounds so intellectually stimulating as well as deeply creative.
That's
And it's so
right.
nice that you have all of that to dig into.
That's
It's
right
making
too.
me jealous.
Yes.
Um,
So could I ask the
mhm,
next question to you
mhm.
is what do you want to do when you were young?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I'm quite a consistent person. I was always really interested in theatre. Um, I my first sort of I want to do this, I love this experience was honestly I had an older cousin and she was obsessed with us doing a family panto. So our families would get together at Christmas and we'd all like do some silly story in the living room. And I think I was like 5 the first time I was allowed to do it. And I was the cat. And all I had to do was like go around on all fours meowing. And I just had so much fun. And then I like joined the drama club at my primary school and I did the little nativity. And it was just like all of those bit by bit moments where I got to go a little bit further into the world of like
Yeah.
telling stories and making shows. And then when I was at secondary school, we just had like your average drama department, but I would always go above and beyond to try and like get out of classes so that I could do more of that, which I wouldn't recommend. I think it's really important that you do have a very balanced educational experience, but it was a sign of my sure passion. And then, yeah, when I was I guess like 13, just by total chance, there was like local street casting for a film around my state school. And I ended up playing this little role in a film. And that was kind of the moment where I went, okay, I am being employed for something. This is my first job and I really enjoy this. But I really realized through that experience of being a performer that I was really interested in how to make stuff happen and get the show on the road and looking around this film set and being so curious about how they could possibly like get such complex processes to happen with efficiency and actually bring a film out the other side of it. And so, yeah, I finished my GCSEs knowing that I wanted to do more of this. So I've always wanted
Yeah,
to be telling stories and making shows happen, essentially.
that feels quite like good when you were so young. It's like five, like family show started.
Yeah,
That was so young, and you find out the passion like about the creative industry.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that really good.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm passing the baton back to Joy. Another question about the pipeline from education to career.
Sure.
How did you get from education to getting a foot on the door of your career path?
I think for me, because it turns out like got two stages. When I was in China, like, I finished my degree in uni, and I start doing like assisting designers, design assistant for some shows, and also I worked in a production company doing international theatre festival technical liaisons. So it's kind of half tech, half creative jobs, and it's and but as a designer, I always feel like, oh, I want to do more design. And after like a few years of working in the industry, and I feel like, oh, I want to do like develop more design part of myself. So I came here uh 2022 and I did a master course of performance design in Bristol Old
Mm.
and after that I think I got a few job opportunity from designers and local designers, and where I assist on some shows. Meanwhile, also seeking other jobs. It's like it's not that easy after you graduate. You're gonna like the career is very clear for you. Actually, it's not. Like for me, I kind of did spend half time doing hospitality and also seeking other opportunities in the industries. But yeah, luckily I last year I got the job offer of this role and I came here and now I
Mm.
just working as a design studio assistant, assisting all the like world class designers who's working in the show at the moment in National Theatre, and also you can like learn great stuff from them too.
Mm.
And all the building is yeah, it's like so much things going on, and so it's just yeah, brilliant.
Mm. Oh, that's such a great pathway. So many moon leaps,
Yeah,
literally leapt across the earth.
yeah, I feel like it's just when you
Mm.
come from a different country and then and
Mm.
now it's like you start as a new everything is new. So
Mm.
even though I got like work experience in Shanghai for like years,
Mm.
but now it's like here I'm building up a new foundation
Yeah.
through the study, and now I think it's always sometimes it's good you got work experience from like other
Mm.
different things, and when you finally figure out I really love design or I really love like
Mm.
producing, and you will more appreciate for the job you get.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess what you're saying is also a really good example of how the creative industries can take you far and wide.
Yes.
And that, like, you might have grown up in London and then end up working in Shanghai, or you might grow
Yeah.
up there and then come here, or your work can happen everywhere because stories are universal
Yeah.
and everyone wants to tell them, and we
That's
do it
really true.
collaboratively.
Yeah, it's all about collaboration, and
Yeah.
yeah, and we love it.
Mm.
And I got another question for you. So
Mhm.
the question is,
Mhm.
how did you want to work in the creative industry?
Um, I guess it's a funny question because I always knew that I wanted to work in this industry. My biggest passion was theatre, and so I have like one compelling why in the sense of because it was the thing that set my heart on fire. It was the thing that I knew the most about because I was just literally putting all of my energy into it as a young person. But then also, I think, as you were saying, understanding exactly what your role might be and how your skills are best placed and how you might get employed in the thing, it can take a bit of time. And I didn't know straight away that I wanted to be a producer, even though I knew I was interested in how things happened. And my other sort of skill that I could really use to make money has always been baking. I baked a lot as a teenager, and I worked in kitchens as my like teenager job. And I worked at a big sourdough bakery in London for a while I was working things out that also had surprisingly like two other performers, like creative people. And so it was nice being around people who let me have that flexibility. But I think the reason why I wanted to do this is that I believe very strongly in us needing access to beautiful stories that give us a sense of inspiration and belonging and challenge the way we think about ourselves and the world. And I wanted to have a relative amount of agency in deciding what stories were told and really supporting them to be the best version they could be of themselves. And so that became my ultimate, why do I want to do this? And why am I setting myself down this pathway? And I think from knowing that, I was able to apply to opportunities like the one I did here at the National. So yeah.
That's pretty
good. Yeah.
Thank you. And yeah, could I also jump into the next question?
Yeah.
What's the best advice you were giving to young people who want to do your job?
My advice would be, for all the passion you have, you need the equal amount of determination. The creative industries are a place where people like put their heart and soul in, but also it's a long day to make stuff happen. Even though we're doing these whimsical shows, it takes a lot of work. And so knowing that you have the desire to show up to that day in, day out, even when the going gets tough, is just what will make it feel fulfilling and happen for the long haul. Yeah. I'm going to throw the same question right back at you, Joy. Yeah. What's your advice?
So I think for my role, it's like you have to be really passionate about design, or you like you watch loads of shows and you still feel like, oh, I'm excited of like each productions and I want to do it every time I saw a new brilliant thing shows. And because it's not always that easy, I would say. And once you also doing like when you're doing other job alongside, but it's also like life experience for you, because it's always a like collaboration job in the end. So it's give you the, even you maybe you think it's not, I'm not doing like creative job, but if you got the passion, like if you think you will do it in the end, it's just a journey, and you will lead to that when you like feel that it's the right time.
That's such a good thing. I want to echo that collaboration. All of the favorite things I've done have come out of me being really open and talking to people and keeping up network connections.
That's right.
We're going to go a little bit deeper now into our careers and experiences, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to deep dive.
So could I ask about the question, can you tell me about the young producer course you did in National Theatre?
Yes. So there are two parts to this. First, and the applications are about to open for this again. And if you're interested in what I'm saying, I really recommend that you apply, because it's a course that's second to none, honestly. It's How to Be a Producer. That's run by Ellie Keel here at the National in February. And it's a 5-day course. And it's in that half-term break that happens in that term. And that course is like a bare bones, all of the basic skills that you need to produce theatre. There's a little look at commercial theatre producing, there's a look at independent theatre producing, but essentially you just get a lowdown on everything from contracting to budgeting to marketing to liaising effectively and communicating with people in your team, employing others. And also you get the opportunity to meet lots of amazing industry professionals, all of whom are top of their game in whatever they do, and meet some of the artists that other people have worked with as producers, so that you get an understanding of what that relationship might be when you go forward and you're in that position. So that's that course, and you just do a really simple online web form application, and then there's a couple of pre-sessions and then that 5-day course. And then once you've done that, you are opened into a pool of applicants from your year and the previous year on that course who can apply for the role of young producer doing a placement at the National, where you kind of do a takeover in the learning department for a few months in the summer, which is exactly what I did. And for us this year, the opportunity was to be given a brief that wasn't that dissimilar to what the learning department would use anyway, and a budget to deliver 3 engagement events that wrap around the summer shows. And I did that as part of a team of 4 with 3 wonderful people who've now become really close friends. And I would say are quite instrumental in helping me do all the things that I'm doing now. So that is that opportunity.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think we definitely need to take this opportunity. Like, I feel like you already answered the next question. It's about how did the young producers help you get you what you are today?
Yeah.
Do you need anything to edit in?
I just think that that thing about collaboration and people, and I took the opportunity right by the horns, and everyone who I thought might be useful in the National for me to know beyond the remit of my department, I reached out to them and asked them for coffees, and anyone who might be connected. Everything I'm doing that's doing well now is because of those people. Yeah.
That's great. Oh, the last question for you. What skills did you learn through the program that you used now?
All the classic basics like excellent time management and professionalism. There's lots of admin skills that you need in producing, going deep into the lore of spreadsheets. And there are like multiple softwares that I hadn't engaged with because I was working on an independent scale or in smaller places. And it was so useful seeing that. But the biggest one that I learned, because the National is such a big building and employs so many people, I just really learned what it meant to deliver a project within essentially what is a larger team of about 800 people, many of whom might be impacted by my work, and making sure that I was doing things in a way that worked for the whole building and all its people and policies. So yeah, I'd really recommend getting experience in a big building as soon as you can if you want to tread this path.
That's great. Do you feel like you're more confident after the course? You feel like you can definitely start a smokestack show?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
that's what we want.
It's really good. Okay, I'm going to ask you a few questions to deep dive as well.
Yeah.
So, Joy, what exciting things are you currently doing at the NT?
I'm currently doing the next chapter gala design. Is in the Littleton stage. Actually, it's a fundraising project happened every 2 years, which we invited people to come on in the building and have a lovely night. And we also will change the theme of each 2 years. So it's a like a very creative event. It's not a prop show, but it's a lovely event for people to do fun, like support National Theatre for the rest next 2 years shows. And it's quite fun.
I love that because it reminds me that as a designer, you can kind of design anything, although you're specialized to theatre. If someone says we're doing a gala and we need this, that, and the other, you can apply those skills there.
It's like quite flexible once you've got skills, like because you can, when you do learn set and costume design, and basically you can also work in the theatre, film, or like
festivals even.
Fashion or anything. It's quite common, like people not only work in the like one area.
That's really great. Okay, another question. Why is it important to open up pathways for young people into theatre and the creative industries?
I think because we, like young people, they bring new ideas and they give us like different perspective of like what is this, and I think we definitely need them to be in the industry, and also they can develop their skill in the quite early stage, and can figure out what they really want, and also like contribute their skills like in like as early as possible. And also the collaboration between young people, I think, is quite important, because you have to understand like theatre is a teamwork, and you could design a thing, but if you only like not not share your ideas or not like talk to each other, there will be very difficult things to do in theatre. Yeah, so once they learning it or understand it as soon as possible, and I think it will be better if they get in the future.
I couldn't agree more with that. I love intergenerational spaces where you have people working together and you have someone who's 18 and you have someone who's in their 60s. It's just like the insight on life experience makes the work so much better.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter like how old are you, and then and if it doesn't mean like you're young, you doesn't have experience. Actually, you can give you like bring more like imagination or like full ideas, like which we really need.
We do. So we're getting to the point where we need to wrap up a little bit. I've got one last question that kind of segues us into that. So we're going to give you a bit of information about how you can access some of the opportunities that are really brilliant here at the NT that might support your creative careers. And one of those is the Skill Centre. So Joy, do you want to tell us quickly how the Skill Centre at the NT is supporting young people?
I think the Skill Centre is like when you just type in like Skill Centre National Theatre on the website, you'll find that they have loads of like courses support young people. You can apply and then it's free. So now just Seth's introduced the how to be a producer course, and also we got like introduction to stage design course is like fresh new this year, and it's open for 16 to 19 years old to apply, and it's going to take place weekly in the National Theatre from February 14th to March 28th next year. So it's a really great opportunity, and I think you definitely should apply for it. And we also have a nationwide young technicians course. You can apply at the moment. It's right for 14 to 18 years old, and across the country you can try to develop their skill, like backstage skills in the National Theatre. Yeah, just check out our learning skill center website, and we got a newsletter you could always subscribe.
Yeah, have a little look there. And then if you're not sure and you're just working out what your path might be, those opportunities come round year after year. And also, if you're not sure and you're a bit curious about theatre, you could sign up for young people's tickets, which are £10. At the NT if you're under 25. And just dip your toe in the water. But if you're also a little bit further along and you know I really want to do this and I'm sure that I've got these skills that I can apply, the Skills Centre also offer apprenticeships in technical skills in theatre, so that might be something to consider. So have a little dig around on the website, and there are emails that you can email if you're confused about anything, you want further information. I really recommend these kinds of engagement programs because they are so brilliant, and I've had such a successful experience. And some of these, the dates of these will overlap, and if you do one thing like the introduction to stage design, you'll be around at the same time as the how to be a producer course, and maybe if you want to talk to those people, then you can find out what they're doing and learn from each other and be part of that collaborative thing.
That's a really great shout, because we in the building and the National Theatre got the like greatest resource in the country, and it's definitely worth to take the opportunity.
It's an opportunity for everyone, so come and get involved. And thank you for coming along and listening to us talking about this. It's been such a pleasure to explain our experiences.
Thank you, May.